As an educator, I have a few questions for you. Do you want to be the best, most effective teacher you can be? Do you want to improve the world of education? And most importantly, do you want to help all of your students be the best that they can be? I'm sure that you do, and I know that I do. And because you want to do all of those things, you have got to read the Purposeful Learning article that I've just read. It really moved me, and that's the whole reason I'm giving you this book talk right now. As the title of the article suggests, it discussed how quality questioning can transform today's classrooms by promoting and forcing students to use their higher order thinking skills, which in turn improves their learning and their academic achievement. The article, which is really a chapter, had three guiding questions that readers should consider as they read through the article, and the first was this: how can effective questioning help transform a traditional teacher-centered classroom into a student-centered, inquiry-oriented community of learners? And the article's answer to the question was for teachers to do the following things. First, to use classroom norms to help students understand the roles of questions and questioning in their learning. To use structures to scaffold new student behaviors. To align teacher and student roles and responsibilities with the new student-centered, inquiry-based, constructivist vision for learning and teaching. And finally, for students, and the teacher of course, to value quality questions and questioning, and for them to be aware of the good practices of asking questions. Next, the text wondered, what are the connections between quality questions and student learning and achievement? And it's really simple. Better questioning leads to better learning, which leads to better academic achievement. Effective questioning, providing proper wait time before students answer questions and after, engages all students. All of them, including the ones that aren't, usually prone to answering questions. When all students are engaged in their learning, they learn more deeply because, well, if you're not paying attention, you're not going to learn. But when you are, you're going to learn more effectively and deeply, especially when the teacher asks effective questions. And when students think more deeply and are engaged in their learning is improved, and their academic achievement improves as well. Finally, the text wondered, why are there gaps between what we know about effective questioning and what we do in the classroom? Really, what they were asking is, we know all these best practices, but why don't all teachers do them? After interviewing numerous American teachers from all over the country, the article found that the answers were the same across the board. Teachers were worried about not being able to cover the whole curriculum and running out of time if they used the new best practices. And they were also worried that if all students were involved in answering the questions, that they would be embarrassed. That's simply not true. Also, they were also used to just doing the old way. They were the non-best practices. They were easier for them, and they felt that they needed to maintain control of the classroom, and they were worried that they wouldn't if they used the new best practices. Overall, this article is clearly important for all current and future teachers to read, because if we want to improve the education we provide to our students, and we obviously do, then we have to make changes to what we've been doing. If we do the same thing, nothing will change. So, by taking the research-based recommendations presented in this article in stride, the teachers of tomorrow will improve education by fostering student-centered, inquiry-based classroom communities in each of their classrooms. And in these communities, the teachers of tomorrow will use effective questioning, provide proper wait time, and engage all of their students. And this will allow for them to optimize all of their student learning as students work together cooperatively and use higher order thinking skills to find answers to their own questions.